Hello, this is SJ Talks and Life coming back at you with another video. If you check my community tab, and it's been all over YouTube, as you have heard, Angie Stone has passed. She died in a terrible, horrible automobile accident. I believe it was in Alabama. When I was sleeping Saturday, it was Saturday morning. I woke up Saturday morning and I clicked on YouTube. You know how your screen comes up with your recommendations. First video popped up was Willie D, and he had it in big bold letters. And at first I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And you know how sometimes people put them people put them, and YouTube allows them to do it. They'll put those videos on and say certain celebrities passed away and they really didn't. Those fake ones. That was my initial thought. Maybe it's one of those fake ones, that they said she died but she didn't. But then I seen Willie D at the bottom of it, and I was like, no, I know Willie D wouldn't lie. I said, no, Willie D don't. He ain't cut like that. He don't lie. And so when I seen who it was, the content creator, I said, oh no. I said, no, no. I just couldn't believe. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, no, no. I just couldn't believe it. Everybody's shocked. I guess she was in a one of those vans, sprinter vans, or what they call them, on the way to, or she was either, or I think she was coming from a music day, a concert or something, and she the van rolled 3 times and was hit by a tractor trailer allegedly. And her and some other people. They said with some children in there too. I don't know how many more survivors they are, but she didn't survive. So I'm gonna play this video, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna play this video, and I'm gonna come back with my commentary. Um, Something's not right. She did this video, I think, towards the end of December, and she's talking about how we always hear all these stories of music, these artists getting played cheap, not getting paid like they're supposed to, people ripping them off. Okay, well, listen to this. This video's been circulating everywhere. I'm going to play it, and it's very disturbing.
Receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals. They've taken pretty much everything. They've stolen, I won't say stolen, but they have taken all the monies that were due to me. They have basically absorbed in that company. And even though there's several class action lawsuits, people that were working on my behalf never even registered the songs. All the songs that I've done, I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered by the companies that I signed over to. People that were supposed to do their due diligence. So I am truly a walking testimony that God has carried me all this time. Because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, monies that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made, supposedly. But there are key people that have been driving the ships. And what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part. See, I'm not an attorney. I don't know everything. What I learned how to do was go out, work hard, get paid, come home, pay my bills, take care of my family.
Exactly.
That part.
Right. So yeah, that's the end of it right there. But yeah, this video has been circulating all over YouTube and TikTok. Is this why Angie Stone is gone? We all know the music industry is very evil. The music industry. I believe the music industry is very demonic, very evil. Lots of evil things. Lots of things was exposed last year with Diddy's situation, as well as amongst others, but mainly with him. A lot of things is being exposed from the music industry. We're hearing, God is bringing a lot of things to light. I believe something was in her spirit. She said it's another part of this video where she's talking about she had sepsis. She was sick. She just got over an illness. She was sick. She had some type of sepsis in her blood, and she almost died in the hospital. We don't know what was up with that. So, um, she pulled through that. It's another part of this video where she talks about that. And that just happened just recently. And now she's gone. Something ain't right. She did this video. It's March 2nd. She did this video towards the end of December. Like, the date on it is December 26th. And now she's gone. Now she's gone. That's crazy. They need to investigate. My question is, why did the Sprinter van flip? They say the Sprinter van flipped 3 times and got hit by a tractor trailer. My question is, why did the van flip? Didn't look like the road conditions were bad. It was in Alabama, so it don't look like the road conditions were bad. Didn't look like the weather was a factor. My question is, why did the van flip? What happened? Was there a mechanical issue? I was thinking last night, did somebody do something to it, or what caused the van to flip 3 times? It flipped 3 times first, then it got hit by the tractor trailer. And those tractor trailers can't stop on a dime. You know, like it's devastating. Everybody's so shocked. She was so talented. She was not only a singer, but she was a writer. I loved her in that group Vertical Hold. I love that group Vertical Hold. They only did 2 albums, but I literally that was the Head First. That was the first CD. Do you know that was the first CD I ever bought? And I held on to that CD. That CD was in mint condition, and I cannot find that CD anywhere. I can't find it anywhere. That CD was in mint condition. I don't know if I lost it in one of my cars, or I don't know. It's like it's this. I'm really messed up behind that, because that was my very first CD I ever purchased. Because I got my first CD player, back in the mid 90s. I had gotten my first CD player, and that was the first CD I ever purchased. So I held on to it, and it was in mint condition. Vertical Hole, her and the 2 guys. I called them the loose ends of the '90s. That's what I called them, because used to love the group Loose Ends from the '80s. I called them the loose ends of the '90s. They were in my mind. They were the loose ends of the '90s, because I love loose ends too. Love those 2 albums. They only did 2 albums, but I love those 2 albums. I used to wear that. I used to wear that thing out. Used to wear that CD out. She was so talented. She was so talented. So talented. And she was also a writer as well. She was also a writer as well. Um, I keep thinking of that one song. It's this one track on there called 776543214. For love. For some reason, that song, I can't get that song out of my head, and I keep singing it. I played it earlier. I just keep singing it, and I can't get it out of my head because that was on one of the CDs. Well, I want to say the Head First CD. But I love that song. Seems You're Much Too Busy for Me. I love that one. That was one of my favorites as well. See, they have a track on there called. She was a very spiritual woman. They have a track on that album called on the Head First CD called Pray. I think it's called Pray. I want to say it's called Pray. That song, every time I listen to it, it really gets in, it just seeps into my spirit. It's a good, excellent. You get a chance to listen to that song. Listen to that song if you got Spotify or whatever. Download that song. Stream that song. Or YouTube music. I listen to YouTube music. Listen to that song "Pray" by Vertical Hole. It's deep. It's basically talking about don't forget don't forget to pray. Don't be too cool to pray. It's got an excellent message in it. I know every time I listen to it, it always seeped into my spirit. It's got an excellent message in it. So that's one of the tracks on that album that I really love. But I love the whole album. Though I used to wear that whole album out, and I used to wear that. Like I said, that was the very first CD I ever bought. So I used to wear that whole album out. So I loved her in that group. And My Sunshine Has Gone. I love that song too. I mean, I love so many of her songs. She was so talented and such an amazing, amazing singer. So she's one of the powerhouses. She's up there in my book. She's up there with Whitney and Aretha Franklin and Anita Baker and them. She's one of the powerhouses. She's got a beautiful voice, so talented, and it's just so sad to see her go. It's just so sad to see her go. She had a daughter and a son. She had a son by D'Angelo, and so I know he's devastated. I know her children are devastated. Her daughter was on Instagram and she's devastated. So my heart and prayers and condolences definitely go out to her children. She had two grandbabies, to her children and her family. It's just hard to believe. When I seen that, I said, "Oh no!" But something ain't right. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Something is not right. Something ain't right. Shortly after she posted this video, something was in her spirit. Something was. I wonder did it come up in her spirit before that trip? Something come up in her spirit before that she took that trip. Because I was just meditating earlier on when the voice of God, the Spirit of God comes to you. That voice. We always say something told me that something is God. That something is God. That Spirit of God, when that Spirit of God comes to you and tells you not to do something, listen. Never ignore the Spirit of God. No, never. And I thought of different times in my life where that voice came to me and I listened and avoided some stuff. So never ignore that Spirit of God. And that Spirit of God comes to you and tells you to stop what you're doing or don't do it or don't go somewhere or don't do it. Listen to that. That Spirit of God is very powerful. It's very powerful. And I just kind of make me wonder if the Spirit of God came to her before this trip. And sometimes, people get that voice and they ignore it, for whatever reason. But I felt like during this video, something was in her spirit. When she did this video, something was in her spirit. And she know that they had been ripping her off, which happens with a lot of artists in the industry. We've heard this, haven't we heard this many times before? We've heard this many times before. Artists are being ripped off. The New Edition got ripped off. TLC, they did movies about it. I mean, so we're hearing the same story time and time again. Artists are coming forth and saying that they got beat out of a lot of money. So see, it's a lot of crooked people in the industry. You know, a lot of crooked people, they're not for the right things. A lot of greedy people in the industry. A lot of people at the top, and I won't say no names, but number one person comes to mind, but I won't say his name. Extremely greedy and evil people at the very top of that industry. The music industry, I believe they got rid of a lot of artists. Soon as it just seems like soon as the artists start speaking out, something happens. Soon as they start speaking out on it and coming clean with it and calling, it seems like soon as they call the industry out, something happens. I know it's not just me. As soon as they call the industry out, something happens. I seen a little video clip the other day. They put like you know how they post the little shorts. I seen a little short on YouTube the other day that Michael Jackson was at a some type of meeting and he put up a sign that said Sony kills, and something was at the bottom of it, but I couldn't make out what the bottom of it. Somebody, one of the content creator posted that, so they couldn't make out what was on the bottom of it. But yeah, Michael knew too. Michael was exposing Prince. He's exposed the industry, and 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 look what happened. You know, it's like they either want their publishing. She was trying to get her. That's why I prayed for Anita Baker when she was trying to get her rights. When she was trying to get her rights and stuff. That's why I was praying for her, and thank God she got them all right. She got them in her possession now. Um, but I was praying for her when she was trying to get hers because that industry is evil, evil, demonic, and greedy. And my son was trying to be a rapper, and that's why I didn't want him in it because that industry, something ain't right. Every time an artist speaks out about the injustice, about them getting beat out of their money, something happens. As soon as they start standing up and speaking out and trying to expose the industry, something happens. I don't something ain't right. This video is circulating all over the place. A lot of people are suspicious. They're just brokenhearted. She was still young yet. I mean, she was only 63. So she didn't live a full life. Sad. So sad. Okay, because at first I was like, well, they don't need to start with these conspiracy theories. But then I seen that video and I was like, at first I thought about initially. Then I seen that video. I said, oh. After I seen the video, I said, oh, something ain't right. So hit me up in that comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think something is suspicious about this? Something very mysterious about her death. I'm just curious as to why this van would all of a sudden start flipping over like this. What happened? Was there a mechanical issue? Why was there a mechanical issue? Something happened with the driver? It kind of makes you wonder. They need to investigate, but they may or may not. You know how that goes, especially when it comes to black people. You know how that goes. They're quick to sweep things under the carpet. Okay, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. This is heartbroken. This is heartbreaking. You know, may God be with her children and her family. All right, I'll see you guys later. You guys be blessed. Hit that like button.